How did this NFT Funko Pop hit the market this early? Let's talk about it.
Welcome to the Gastlecast. We're glad you're there. You get the right time. We had an all-time high. Funko's hot toys and charms on mine. Stick around, like, comment, and be sure to subscribe because life's a little better when you answer Chris and Heather. Hey, life's a little better when you answer Chris and Heather. Hey, life's a little better when you answer Chris and Heather. And remember, at these hallowed walls, we are together. Yes.
Alright, so last week was all about SDCC, the Box of Fun, and Fun Days. But there was a huge story in the mix of all of that. And it was something that we wanted to get to, but we had no time to talk about it, so you're getting it today! I don't give a f*** if you want it or not!
Take it down.
Well, no, I mean...
A little harsh.
Okay, so I know how much you hate talking about NFTs, but we're talking about them anyway. Do you remember the Scooby-Doo NFTs?
Yes, I do, and we have all of them coming.
No, I wasn't asking you, I was asking them.
Yeah, Chris, we do!
The Scooby-Doo NFTs dropped February timeframe. Was it February?
It was March, we were on vacation.
Okay, so the Scooby-Doo NFTs dropped in March. And when they dropped, I was super duper excited because...
It might have been April, I'm not sure. Because we went at the end of March.
Okay, you're making this convoluted, who cares? Anyway, there's a Captain Cutler Freddy Funko, which is like the best Freddy Funko yet. On top of that, there was a Scooby-Doo Grail, and then there was a bunch of villains that were legendary. My favorite was Charlie the Robot. Okay, whatever.
I like the Witch Doctor Soda.
Witch Doctor Soda is pretty great. But something crazy happened last week! The Scooby-Doo Grail Funko Pop went up on eBay.
The redemption period for these NFTs hasn't even come yet, and already there's one hitting the market.
So looking at digital.funko.com, the Scooby-Doo NFTs dropped on March 29th, so we were pretty close. The redemption date is July the 27th, and the redemption window ends on August 26th.
Which means we should get them around when?
According to this, it says fall 2022.
Okay, so September, October timeframe,
something
probably?
like that, yeah. The Grail NFT Scooby-Doo Funko Pop showed up on eBay for $1,250. And the fact that it was posted up was pretty incredible because these have not been released yet, and it was literally the only one on the market. The person actually posted a bunch of different photos of the Scooby-Doo Funko Pop, the front, the back, the sides. He proved that this thing is absolutely 100% real.
And not only that, but he actually posted a video of it on Twitter where he's holding it and showing it, but later deleted it.
So our friend Steven from the Simpsons Did It podcast actually reached out to this person on eBay.
Before Chris reads those, we just wanted to let you guys know that we were actually on his podcast very recently. It's already posted up. It's on a Tree House of Horror episode. It's awesome. Link in the description below.
So Steven went back and forth with this guy, and he basically said that he got this directly from WB. It's a final production sample sent to WB for approval, I'd say, in his words. I don't know what that means. I don't know why this guy doesn't know where it comes from.
If someone handed me a pop early, I'd be like, where'd you get this and how did you get it? But maybe the person doesn't know anything about pops.
Well, Steven says, so if this is a production sample, it's not the real thing. Your potential buyers should know this. The seller responded, that's just a guess. I couldn't tell you either way, but it's 100% authentic with final quality and packaging. Any buyer can examine it, and if there's any issues, we will address.
Weird.
Very weird. So if this were in fact from WB, they should have taken this box and they should have printed sample all over it.
Or at the very least included a sticker that said sample or proof or something along those lines. This has the regular box art and the $9.99 sticker, which isn't true if this is a production sample.
Well, it's our understanding that when they make these NFT Funko Pops, they actually make all of them and then destroy whatever isn't redeemed by people. Now, I'm not entirely sure that that is 100% accurate. That is just the idea that was given to us during our drop/token wave interview.
And my guess is they would also print a couple extra just in case some came damaged, so that way they had something to replace them with.
These Funko Pops aren't your normal on-the-shelf Funko Pops. They're associated with real money. And when I say real money, you go to the store, you buy a Funko Pop for $10. These Funko Pops go for hundreds of dollars instantly.
Absolutely. And there are so many people that get them within their packs, but there's so many people that spend hundreds to get the royalty because you need to collect every single card, or hundreds on the secondary market for the one legendary or Grail Funko Pop.
The most important factor is that these Funko Pops come with stickers with their limited number. That limited number doesn't actually tell you the amount that have been handed out to people. It's just the amount of the Funko Pop if they were all redeemed.
And so far, we haven't seen one NFT Funko Pop that every single one has been redeemed. People burn them, people don't even like redeem them. It's very strange because I would be redeeming that as soon as I could.
Just as an example, both of these Funko Pops have numbers on them, but they're not the numbers that were actually redeemed. These stickers show you the total amount of Funko Pops that were most likely created, and then, from what we understand, the ones that were not redeemed are destroyed.
Yes.
So the fact that one is out on the market that isn't technically redeemed, that's a big problem, and we also have some more drama about this situation. But first, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. Show a little love for the Gastlecast, my friends.
Also, make sure you hit that little bell. That way you know anytime we go live or post new content. And we are going live tomorrow, which is Monday, July 25th, to open a ton of boxes of fun with a bunch of friends and viewers of the Gastlecast. It's going to be so much fun. You don't want to miss it. This is all going to go down at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific.
And remember, we post content every single day, so make sure you tune in and catch what we're up to. Alright, so this is a huge issue that this Scooby-Doo hit the market. We are promised as Funko NFT consumers that we're not going to have Funko Pops hitting the market that have not been redeemed.
A lot of people have said stuff like, oh, I wonder when the rest of these are going to hit HQ shelves. That is not supposed to happen. And if it happens, we're going to have an even bigger problem on our hands.
Yeah, this actually affects the confidence behind the Funko NFT, and that's the last thing that Funko, Token Wave, and Drop need right now because they don't have a fully backed consumer audience behind the Funko NFT. Now, there are people out there that buy all this stuff up and they love it and everything else. In general, we see more people hating on Funko NFTs than people that love them.
I'm sure this video is not going to help.
No, it probably won't help, but we're making this content because we want to see Funko, Drop, and Token Wave succeed because we love Funko NFTs. We love collecting them, and we love seeing those very limited pieces because we don't see limited pieces that much anymore.
Except when the next NFTs go on sale and we don't get anything, then we're going to hate NFTs again.
Right, yeah, of course. Well,
so,
hey, that's the way it goes around here. So Funko, Token Wave, and Drop are not having any problems selling these NFTs. People are eating them up. But the problem is, not a whole lot of Funko collectors are involved in this right now, and Funko, Drop, and Token Wave really need this craze to be picked up by the true Funko collectors. Because the secondary market is really where it's at for these Funko Pops. Prime example is this Grail Scooby-Doo. This Grail Scooby-Doo could be purchased on the Atomic Marketplace right now for right around $500 or a little bit more. The person actually purchased this Funko Pop for $1,200. But guess what? There's a reason for that. And Heather knows everything about it.
So we found a Facebook post of the person who actually purchased this, and they took a screenshot of their purchase that says, you purchased this item, and they said, look what I just bought. Whoever stole this is gonna be in trouble. I personally don't think that this was stolen. I think that the person's story about it being like a WB sample sort of thing is probably spot on because...
I don't know about that.
I know.
Their story changes up too much on eBay, on the messages.
It's sketchy.
Very sketchy.
It is very sketchy. However, why would it take so long from the time that the NFTs go up to the redemption period to the point where you actually get the pops? Because these went up in March, the redemption isn't until 4 months later, and then you don't get the pop until, I would say, October, November timeframe, which is another 3 or 4 months.
Maybe it's because the way that they do it in their warehouse and they have to push things out at a certain point in time, they all have to go out in like a particular order.
Licenses seem very tricky to navigate because not only do you need to create the product, but you need to get the approval of the person providing the license. In this case, it would be WB. So I feel like that's a pretty accurate statement that WB had some sent to them so they could approve it.
I don't know if they would have to approve a final sample like that. It doesn't make any sense, but maybe you're right.
I don't know. This is just coming from my brain and my guess. With Funko Pops, we have seen some licensor issues. For example, in recent times, the Mama Odie from Box Lunch, they were pulled off the shelves and the assumption is there was like a typo on her name or something. So my guess is the licensor was like, hey, sorry, that's not gonna work, pull them.
Now you're gonna see them all over Five and Below shelves.
So I have the feeling that they're doing that to be proactive because these don't sit on shelves. And WB is a huge licensor. I mean, we're going to see so many items from WB. WB is such a huge property. They have so many shows and movies that Funko doesn't want to piss them off. And not only that, but these Funko Pops don't sit on shelves, so it's not like they can be recalled. These are direct to consumer. I think it's a smart move for them to send them to WB and just say, hey, this is what these are going to look like.
Oh, sure, it could be smart all day, but it's not smart when is getting out of their hands.
The person that purchased this is under the assumption that this was stolen from Funko. Could that be? Yeah, possibly. I don't know.
Or stolen from the manufacturer.
I don't think so.
You never know. People overseas are doing crazy shit and then selling it online. I mean, you don't know. It's hard to say.
It just seems weird.
All of it's very strange.
The fact of the matter is, it is oftentimes with collectibles that you get artist proofs, that you do have to send out samples to the other parties involved. So I don't see it being a far stretch. It is from WB. Now, should the person have given it to their friend to sell? Or should the person who actually received it be selling it?
This is a up mess because our confidence is a little bit lost with the Funko NFT stuff. I expect spending this kind of money in order to get a Funko Pop is going to be controlled properly and controlled well. And this kind of freaks me out a little bit. Funko should have a better system. And one system that I discussed with a couple of friends that we all kind of agreed on might work, and this is going to be a lot more work for Funko. They number each and every single Funko Pop and they put a slash, and out of how many Funko Pops are actually out on the market. I know you're shaking your head, but we're talking about Funko Pops that could carry dollar amounts of over $1,000 in the future. Right now, people are thinking that the Grail Optimus Prime Funko Pop could carry a very hefty value. The same now with Bumblebee because they just released all those Optimus Prime Freddy Funko Pops.
Let me tell you why that wouldn't work. Funko's quality control sucks.
But they have to get better when it comes to the NFTs because this isn't a Walmart exclusive Funko Pop where you're just smacking a sticker on it. It's completely different. These Funko Pops are basically the top tier in the Funko Pop arena right now. I'm not talking about past Funko Pops. I'm talking about Funko Pops that are sold today.
I completely agree with what you're saying, and I feel like it could be within reach just because the numbers are a bit more limited. That means more money for Funko, more time most likely. It already has such a huge span of time between purchase and actually getting it in hand. Not only are they making $9.99 or $29.99 per pack sold, but they're also making money with every single sale on the secondary NFT market. On Atomic Hub, they're making a percentage of those sales. Even if the sale's $400, they're making a percentage.
No one else ever mentions that, and I know that that's something that's commonly known in the NFT world, but when it comes down to it, Funko is making money off you again when you're doing your selling and buying and everything else on Atomic Marketplace.
Absolutely. They're making money hand over fist when it comes to just selling the packs. They're also making money off of the secondary market. See, Funko doesn't need to care about secondary market values on normal Funko Pops because they don't see any of that. Years ago, during NYCC, Funko created a James Gunn Funko Pop limited to 500 pieces. It is currently going for $340. Funko sold it for roughly $15. Funko does not see the $340 or any percentage of that secondary market sale. All they saw was the $15 that it cost for someone to purchase it originally. This is different.
Which is why I think the quality control should be much higher. There should be a team in place that takes care of all of this, make sure the stickers are proper, because again, these are like the high-end version of Funko Pops these days. Also, huge problem, they're not protecting these Funko Pops when they're shipped out. People are receiving these Funko Pops damaged. That's right, damaged. And guess what? Art Series Funko Pops have cases on them, and they're sold at Target, and no one cares. Take the cases off those Funko Pops, Funko, and put them on these NFT Funko Pops. They deserve protection.
Just so you're aware, those Art Series are and no one wants protection for those.
So frustrating, because the NFT Funko Pop should hit your doorstep and they should be pristine. People are receiving these things and they have like a hole in them practically.
Yeah, it's sort of crazy the lack of care that has been taken to ship these things out. Like, I understand that we should be blaming shipping companies for knocking them around and stepping on them or doing whatever the they do to some of these boxes, if they were better protected, there's a much less chance of things like that happening.
So the first brews that Funko NFT received were from the Halloween Freddy Funko Pops that were sent out incorrectly. There were too many people out there receiving Grails when they should have never received a Grail.
They were supposed to receive the soda, but instead got the Grail.
So now there's a bunch of people out there who don't have a Grail, or there are too many Grails out there in the world. It's a huge problem because Funko NFT, Token Head, Token Wave, Drop, they've all promised that we would only get the Funko Pops that were redeemed out on the marketplace. And now we have all these random Grails out there, at least as far as we know. Also, now we have a random Scooby-Doo NFT Grail out on the marketplace that was just sold. We don't know what that one extra means because there's no sample sticker on it. There's nothing telling you that it's a production piece. It looks like every other Scooby-Doo Grail out there.
What I would be totally okay with is if it were differentiated from the $9.99 Grails that should be out there.
Yeah, so this whole thing's up now. Funko, Drop, Token Head, what are you gonna do? SDCC is over, Fun Days is over. Now we need to address this. Hopefully something new will come out very soon. We can figure out what the hell happened here. Probably will never figure out what happened here, but hopefully this never happens again. Guys, what do you think about everything that we talked about in this video and more? Let us know in the comment section below. In every video, we like to shout out to some of our patrons from Patreon. In this video, we'd like to shout out to Andy Veloff, Rachel Sager, Tony Madrid, You Muffed Up, Jonesy for Funko, Simon Crook, The Pop Maven, Kyle O'Brien, Dylan Nakashima, and Casey Hullett. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons. You guys are awesome. Head over to poppingofftoys.com for all of your Funko Pops, Funko Sodas, and Funko Mystery Minis. They've got it all. Poppingofftoys.com. All right, it's that time again. Remember, as always, we are together, yes. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.